Bam. Face a little red. Yeah. Ain't too bad. I don't give a fucking shit, honestly. Well, anyway, today was very fun. Just talking to a whole bunch of Patriots. Probably at least like 200 of them. Watching some stuff and that. We had a bunch of people that were trying to. A lot of people were actually just asking questions now, trying to figure out what's going on there. And they kept saying, "Where's the proof at? We don't know what the proof is." And like the proof's in the actual like what's happening, like the speeches and that. They're bluntly telling you who they are in that. So a couple people kept asking the same questions, and I kept saying, "Well, do you believe the Earth is round with no proof? So why can't you believe this with no proof?" We don't actually know that we're spinning. We just guess that we're spinning, but we're not. It's fucking obvious. If you really closed off your mind to media, not listening to NASA's bullshit, all these scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson and even Bill Nye has came out and said it that there's fucking flat. But Neil deGrasse Tyson keeps pulling this thing because he likes the fucking money. He's a greedy bigot fucking person. Maybe not a bigot, but he's greedy though. I mean, it's okay to sit there and say certain things. I agree, sometimes life is a specific way. You gotta be who you gotta be. But when you start looking at the sky, you start realizing that you're not fucking spinning. Because how does an airplane fly on a globe? Airplane. It's in the fucking words. Our government's not stupid. They know how to fucking tell us exactly how we live. They have it in their words. I didn't think about it until later on because I never really heard anything about it. And then all of a sudden I started hearing something about it. I'm like, well, that makes fucking sense. So now I do it. I stop believing. I start knowing the Earth is flat. It's always been this way. Why do you think they have everything on TV shows and that? Think about it. Why do they have so much space? They only have fake stuff because it's fake. Now, if they were smart enough and they, had movies about the flat Earth and all that stuff and that, then by all means, it probably would confuse us. But having all these space movies, they're bluntly throwing it right in our face that it's fake. People have been saying this stuff for the longest time, and it's hard to believe, but just imagine something that awesome to learn. It's something new to learn. If it is true, which more definitely it is, then it's wonderful to know. Wouldn't you want to know more about it? Wouldn't you want to sit there and be like, man, that's cool, I want to know it. I mean, we do that when they say, oh, Jupiter's this and that. We get all excited about the fake shit, but about the real shit, we sit there and we doubt it. Don't doubt it. Just embrace it. As long as there's proof out there something exists, then there's evidently a way to figure it out and to know. Yeah. No. Just call her. Ruby! She's probably upstairs laying down. Okay. Okay. You see how I'm not like super hateful? I don't care what side you're on. I'm not on either side. I just look at both sides. I see what is better for me and the people around me, even the whole world. And I see it. Oh, it's so annoying. My camera keeps fucking up. But yeah, it's like to be neutral and look at both sides. You could be able to tell which side is doing what. And yes, I'm talking about actually what they're doing. So, like a strategist, that one that wants to take over something, is going to do specific things to take over it, right? Well, that's how you have to think about it. If this is a war, what would someone do to take over someone? Blindside them with fake information. That's the best thing to do, because if you confuse the mass to kill each other, then there can be a mass left to fight the war. That's what they're trying to do. That's why they always bring up racism, sexism. You know, them two words, those isms, are the reason why we attack each other to a certain extent. Some females are like, oh, men are bad. But they're the ones still sticking dildos in their ass. Well, then don't do that then. You can't have a man at all, then rub pussies then. Just rub it. You can't have that penis because you don't like men, so take that all away. No, you still like men. It's not because of that. It's because you believe that men are always bad. It's like, well, if men are always bad, then I guess women are always bad too. So, is that how you want to live your life? Just hating everybody? No. Individual people can be bad. Not everyone's bad. More or less, no one's bad. Because right and wrong is different from everybody else. So you want to jack off to this, and I want to jack off to that. I think this is right, and you think this is right. But they're not the same girls we're jacking off to. We're going to disagree with it. That's how it always works. To have you confused to think that you have to be right, and to think that what you think is absolutely right, you're an idiot. Because that's never how it works. It's never worked like that for all of creation. Never, ever, ever. For someone to know something, they have to sacrifice the talking to listen. You cannot know anything if you don't listen. So listen to someone that knows more than you. Obviously, you'll end up knowing more than him because you're listening. You create new ideas based upon their ideas, even based upon your own ideas. It's called a brain. Our brain can solve problems if we use it. That's why if you connect the dots with what's going on with all this stuff, it's like a criminal dot board to have event. You connect all the dots, you could see the pattern. I mean, if you don't know how to do simple puzzles, then you're just an idiot. I mean, Jesus Christ, I want played Tetris before played at least chess or checkers. You know how to strategize. This is a big chess game. You do certain things, you look at the person's move, try to figure out how they're going to move. Once you figure out how someone moves, they're fucked. They can't do nothing. They know, you know what they're doing. That's basically what's happening now. We know what they're doing. That's why we're doing this. Because people don't want to sit there and know everything up front. You have to do it for yourself. To do your own research. That's what they've been telling us this whole damn time. Do your own research. Look stuff up. Connect the fucking dots. We choose not to do it because we don't want to, because we're fucking lazy. We're too busy worried about, what's the next anime coming on? What's the next, porn star bio to pop up so I can jack off to that? We lose the sight of our minds to be corrupt by lust and greed. It's fine to have a little bit of that because we're human. We're going to deal with that no matter what. But to implicate something that often and cloud your mind with this, like, fine, if you want to jack off. That's fine. But don't do it all day long. Because your favorite girl's showing off her big jugs. You're sitting there always having a boner. I admit sometimes I have my urges. Sometimes I have to do it twice in a row because I got, big nuts, I guess. But it's just what it is. But it doesn't mean we can't look for other things to do. Our minds are always cluttered with so much. Imagine if we had no TV, no internet. All we had was the people around us, the stories that they created. We would be more exploration. We would explore more. We would want to find more answers. Nowadays, answers are given to us. We're just too blinded to realize what's in front of us. I said a lot of people wear blindfolds through life, but all they see is the blindfold, which means all they see is pretty much what's right in front of them. You know, they might look to the side, they might look to the other side, but they see the same stuff. That means you're closed-minded. You only see what you see because you don't want to see other things. People completely ignore it, and they don't want to understand. Because they live in the Matrix. They live in this fantasy world. They don't want to be broken. They don't want to know all these children are being chopped up and eaten and shit. They don't want to know that people are sticking their dicks in these children's asses and that. They don't want to know all this stuff. They choose not to know. Even if it is real. Because it breaks the fantasy. This ain't no damn video game. Okay? I've been told that many times before. Life's not a video game. When you die, you fucking die. Not unless you can resurrect yourself somehow. But then again, there's only one person that's been resurrected. Legitimately. Not by cloning or by zombifying or whatever the fuck kind of shit they like to do in their labs. Which we all know they do. So, that's all it is. You know, when you look outside, be happy that you live where you live at. Be happy you live in this creation. Be happy you can walk outside, breathe the fresh air, walk outside and see the beautiful green grass and trees. Look around, look at the flowers, look at the butterflies, absorb nature. Hippies got it right. Hippies got it right. In the 70s and 60s, hippies got it fucking right, you know? Live life. They say, oh, hey, man, just chill out for a little bit. They're being serious. Chill out. I mean, you don't have to be a fucking stoner to do it. If you like smoking weed, which is bigger than ever, just smoke a couple puffs. Chill out. Watch some cool-ass documentaries about certain things. Play a cool video with your friends and that without arguing. Unless it's something stupid like, you know, that this player sucks and they tore apart your group because, you know, they fucked up. Bring that life back to yourself. Because all we got is this little life. Up 100 years. A century's not a long time. And I would say from 1 year old to maybe like teenage, where you actually start to really develop to know what you really want to do to a certain extent. You know, I mean, that's how life really starts, is when you start to grow into an actual adult. Then even when you become an adult at 18 or 25, and that obviously it takes time. Not everyone's going to be the same discipline. It took me a while. I'm 31 years old. It took me about a year. It took me about when I was 29 or 30 to really be like, man, I got to do something. So I started doing research about stuff, about emotional psychology and that. I started to learn about who I was. And then as you learn about who you are, you start accepting your faults. Even though I still have the same faults of anxiety, I can't say I really have depression, but I have overly expressive thoughts. My mind's always talking. I'm always thinking. I'm scenarializing. That's just who I am. But I can take it from being negative, how it was, to being positive. Just saying, hey, I got to accept things for who they are. Or accept things for what they are. If a girl doesn't like me, there's a damn good reason why she doesn't like me. You know, that's how the basis of it starts. When you're a teenager, when you're a young adult. Like, man, that chick's hot. You got big fat titties. I really like that. You talk to her and she's like, well, how would I like you? I know you stare at my tits all the time. And then you get downgraded. It's like, well, that shit happens. It hurts. It fucking does hurt. I had that happen to me before. More or less likely, I refused the woman because I was too scared to talk to him in the first place. And then when I do ask him out, they're like, well, I'm going to date my ex-boyfriend, because I felt guilty that I didn't like him, even when they shoved their boobs in my face. Not really, but I started figuring out stuff about myself. And I'm a good-looking guy. I see it now. I have a very beautiful face. I know it now. And women have a hard time talking to guys that look attractive in the face. They can have the nicest bodies in the world, but sometimes when you have a bad face, you just don't look as stunning as you should be. But then again, that's all genetics. No one can help that. We can't help it. We can help the way we look with our bodies by how skinny we get or how toned we get or how big muscles we get. Some guys can't get bigger than others. Like there's another guy at my gym or at the gym I go to. He has the same name as me, but he's also not as intelligent as me. He's smaller than me, as in he has a smaller frame than me, but he's still really strong. Every time I talk to him, he feels like he can't talk to me. Like for some reason, he's jealous. And I even brag about how strong he is. That's the thing. That's the horrible thing is when someone goes up to someone and they brag about you, and you don't brag back at them. Obviously, there's traction there saying that you already have more than what the other person has. This dude has a girlfriend with a super fat, really nice ass. She's, you know, she's all right in the face, just to say. I guess it depends on what you look at. Genetic eyes are all different. All of our eyes look at everything different. But she's got a nice body and that. She seems very talkative. I don't know how fake she is, but that's up to me getting to know her. But it seems like that she's very active in that. And like they have a daughter together, and he always seems so down. I was like, dude, are you not getting enough pussy, or are you just working out too hard? I'm like, it's like I have nobody. I have no fucking friends. I have a couple people I talk to for my audience. I probably have a girl that I know of, not actually know of. I've been talking to her for enough time to actually know her. Talk for hours. There's another person from Japan. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but sometimes we'll sit there and talk for 20, 30 minutes off and on. And like, that's all I have. I have a couple online friends I could chat with. I don't have actual friends that come over and be like, oh, hey, let's go to the gym and all that stuff. A lot of people have that. A lot of people have all this stuff. They have a good job, they have a nice car, they have a house, they have all this stuff, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband, wife, kids. And you're depressed and you're sad. Well, I guess you could be sad and depressed depending on who you marry. But you have more than I do. And I'm not depressed. I'm actually happy right now. Not because I have an interview tomorrow and getting a job in that. Just a local job. Hello. John Smith. I like that name. Mr. John Smith. What's going on? Anything happening today? I think it's past midnight, isn't it? It's almost midnight. Whew. Are you just saying hey? I guess so. That's fine. Ate a hot dog. That was pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, whatever is fun is, If we live life to the fullest of what we actually want to do, you'd be surprised how great it is. It's just like when you're happy, time flies by pretty quick. Unless you're in love. Like when you first get in love with a woman or a man, whatever kind of thing you like to do, time gets really slow. It gets really it lasts for a longer time. That's what love and all that stuff really means. Kind of like a lifesaver. The heart's a magnificent thing. The heart and brain together are even better. That's how we grow as a person. Our heart tells us one thing and our brain tells us another thing. When you put them together, actually work together, it's astounding what you can do. It's all about controlling your emotions, at least to a certain extent. Some emotions are hard to control. I like how you said, okay, seriously. I'm doing good. I try to pull people in because I'm a small channel still. And I have to do these late at night because sometimes people like to night dwell. And I get people from other countries. I got a couple people from Japan in the last like 2 weeks. So it's hard. It sucks being new. It definitely sucks being new. These seem pretty nice. Oh man. Oh. I'm tired though. Took some sleep aid stuff, not actual medicine. Like melatonin. That I'm getting tired now. I got an interview tomorrow because YouTube ain't making me no money. I hate YouTube, man. I wish they didn't have this subscriber thing. Before they never had this shit. I wish they would just like monetize you after so many months or whatever. You gotta wait a year to get on instead of just saying you need to get these subs. And like, if you don't buy the subs or have someone start you off, it's nearly impossible unless you're just using other people's channels to make you profit, which a lot of people do. It's fucking ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. Oh, it's sad too. Cause I'm a streamer. I don't make videos. I don't know how to edit and shit. I just stream. I think it's easier. I like to show who I really am instead of fucking editing shit out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If all the people, if there's 1,000 people that all sub to each other, we all be fucking monetized. I sub to everybody. Like anyone that's low, I sub to them instantly, unless they're not making videos. If they have like videos, then more or less I'll sub to them. Just because it's like we work together, we can all make money. That's how I think about it. We all make money. Fuck, you get 1,000 low ass people from 100 to like 900. I'm sure there's quite a few thousands of people in between that range, or even from 1 to fucking 900. We all sub to each other, we'll all be at 1,000. And then the videos will start popping up where we'll actually get actual people to sub because you don't get out there unless you have a partnership. That's why people get to 1,000 as fast as they can through other people that already have a YouTube channel. So once you hit that number, then you're just good because everything flies over after that. You start broadcasting more. Because I've been watching a lot of people that buy fucking subs and that. People buy shit ton of subs. I look at their Twitchers too. If you want to make money, you go on Twitch. Twitch people make you enormous amount of money. There's people that have been on there, depending on how you look, obviously, because you have to look pretty fucking good to be a good Twitcher. Or use, I don't know, there's some people that look like shit, but fuck, there's some people all they do is play like fighting games. And they have like millions of subscribers. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just do whatever's on my mind, honestly. I'll stream games and that. I mean, I'm still learning myself. I'm learning how ridiculous they are with copy claims. Because certain games, especially like Sony games, like Final Fantasy games, they claim you on every fucking thing. Mostly just music. Actually, only just music. It's ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck? You claiming a guy can't even make you money. And then what they say on there when they claim you says, oh, we're going to monetize you now because that's been claimed by someone. So if they do get ads, they get paid, but I don't get paid. I'm like, why do you have a subscription 1,000 then? And if you could just pay off these motherfuckers that claim me, that doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just put me on to monetize my ass? I got over like 200 fucking videos. Some of the videos are shitty because my sound effects is up and down, but but fucking hell, that's ridiculous. I get more people from different countries than I do from America. It's fucking hilarious. It's really hilarious. Obviously, the way you look matters a lot. You should like talking to me because I'm fucking real. I'm telling you the truth. I don't need to be fake as fuck. I mean, you don't see me now because my camera's been going off and on. The connection's been fucking horrible lately. Ever since the beginning of this year, all internet's been shit. It's been up and down. It's so trashy. But yeah, there's a lot of shit to talk about, honestly. Like, I always make fun of Twitchers. I always make fun of these Twitchers that make literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and they have a fucking Patreon page that makes like $1,300 a month. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So you're making fucking hundreds of $1,000s fucking a month, depending on if they all sub in, which who doesn't have $5? And you have a fucking Patreon page to make an extra $1,000. Why are you doing that? You're literally like fucking. It's everybody. It's not even just the e-girls. It's everybody and Sims. I check like people's YouTubes and that, and I look at their stuff if they're twitching and that. I check their Twitch. Their Twitch has like hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're just normal streamers. I mean, some are women, but it's like, why do you have a YouTube page? And I'll be like, oh, because you have fans that don't want to sub to you, but they can still watch you. You're not live streaming on YouTube. They can watch you on Twitch without paying. They just can't talk. So why do you have a YouTube? Because you want to make more money? Oh my god, really? I mean, what the? Like, you're so fucking greedy. I mean, shit, I'd be happy to make $3,000 to $4,000 a month, not over $300,000 a fucking month. It's crazy. I never noticed they made that much money. I'm like, you guys are making more money than most business owners. Actually, you are making more money than business owners. You're making so much money, you can literally scatter your money around and help out the whole fucking, like, United States with how much money you fuckers make. What the fuck? Like that Armatha, wherever the fuck that redhead hot bitch is, the fake titties, the prime e-girl. She makes, like, you make 2.49. She made $2.49 per sub. She has over 3.7 million followers. This bitch makes so much money. She makes Trump look broke. Hands down. Hands down. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, holy fuck. Because you show off your fake tits and you lick shit and that. You're humping crap. You act like a fucking idiot. You make more money than most billionaires. And all you have to do is put on makeup. Sponsorships are good for YouTube and that. Honestly, they do help out on Twitch, but with those subs, sponsorships don't mean shit. Sponsorships, if the people buy it. Obviously, if you have that much subscribers, you make a little bit of money off sponsorships. But, like, their subs are ridiculous. It's just too much money. I mean, not that I don't care. It's up to the people to do that, obviously. The people are the ones that do it. These hungry, desperate losers of men sit there. I admit she's hot. I mean, I don't know how many times I beat off to her ever. Every once in a while I smack my dick off to her because she's very good looking. But I don't need a sub to her to think that I like her. I mean, fuck, are you stupid? You think because you throw money at her, she's going to be your girlfriend? I mean, I guess she'll try to. Because you're an idiot. Real men don't need. You know what? I wonder who her boyfriend is. I bet your boyfriend's ugly as fuck, or at least he's not as attractive looking as her. I'm sure she's not, because I know a lot. I see a lot of these e-girls' boyfriends. They don't even look that attractive looking. They look plain as fuck. They have a super hot ass girlfriend, but they're plain. Oh my! It's like, okay, well that makes sense. Gotta have that control, I guess. I don't know. It just makes me upset that people are so stupid. Because I'm a good looking guy. You just can't see me right now. I mean, I can understand if you do sub to something, but millions? Millions of fucking people? I mean, okay, there's just one channel which you should watch called Dr. Wolfula. He's a horror channel. He wears a mask and that. He sounds super funny. He's really good. He has a Twitch channel with only 800 subs to it, and he's been on YouTube for over like 10 years. And he has 800 subs. That makes him literally like $2,100 a month. That's not even counting his Patreon. Just making like $4,000 a month is not enough to live off of. I mean, yeah, you can't buy a fucking house, but obviously if you live in a house, you're living pretty damn good for the most part. And that's not even counting your YouTube channel and the sponsors, like you said. You're making like $10,000 a month. Give or take. I mean, obviously it just depends on how many views you get, but shit. Like I said, I'd be happy with $3,000 a month. Not 3 million. I wouldn't know what to do with all that money. I always tell people, I was talking to my dad about this. I'm like, you know how hard it is to spend $1 million when you live in a lifestyle that most people live in? It's damn near impossible. If you live the same lifestyle, just buying the groceries that you buy, paying for your gas, paying for your bills and that, and you have like 900 something thousand dollars left over, would you know what to do with that? If you had to spend it all by the end of the year? Because you're making millions of dollars a month? Fuck, you wouldn't even know what to do. You'd be sitting like, well, fuck. Being rich sucks because you have to spend money or government takes it away. That's what sucks. You have to spend money. Even still, if you're making that much, if you're making millions, even hundreds of $1,000s a month, you could buy 10 Teslas. You can spend 600 something $1,000. You can make that up in 3 months. That's what I'm saying. You know why all these celebrities have like 200 cars and that? Because they have to spend money. I'm just saying, could you constantly be writing out checks? Like, oh my god, I gotta spend all this money every year. It would drive you fucking crazy. No, it's fine. I know what you mean. I'm not like some of these people that can't see through how people talk. I had a friend that was like that. He sat there. If I didn't like pronounce something right, he would be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about because I have a speech disability to a certain extent." And like, you can't fill in the words because you're so smart. Then that makes you stupid, doesn't it? If you can't fill in someone else's words because they can't say something right, obviously you ain't no smarter than the motherfucker that's saying it wrong in the first place. It makes him look even dumber. It's like, I can't help the way I speak, but you can sure be able to fill it in. You make straight A's. This is like in high school. You make straight A's in English and shit. You should be able to know how to fill in the words. That's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely surprised for someone to come on because I was thinking I wasn't gonna get anyone because I'm tired. I need to start going to bed. I got an interview tomorrow for a job. Yeah. Well, see, jokes are not for smart people. Jokes are for fucking dumbasses that actually understand stupidity. Not saying they're dumb, but they have more relaxed brains or they don't overthink things. Like if it's a complex mathematical joke, and you know logical people laugh at it, and you're all like scratching your head, like, what the fuck is that? Well, because you don't know math. I'm like, well, no shit. I don't know calculus, you dumb fuck, because that's pointless math. 1% people use calculus in real life. Sorry. I mean, that's just how it is. But it is really silly, though. It's like, I guess I'm pretty old. Creepy as fuck, but obviously it works because you learn a lot. Sometimes when people actually talk, they have a sense of reasoning. There's always something you learn with anybody that talks, even a kid. If you have kids in that, you talk to your child, kids don't really lie that much. He's a fucking calculus teacher. He knows. He's like, oh, fuck, a teacher. I guess some type of computer engineering a little bit. But that's more like hands-on. You don't have to do actual mathematics that much. Unless you're actually creating software and stuff like that. But that's all coding. That's not anything. That's fucking language. That's code language. And that's about it. I mean, that's all I can think of. Like, to become a coder, you have to learn calculus. You're like, why do I have to learn calculus? I've been learning the language of code since I was in 8th grade, which a lot of people have. I've seen them in 8th grade learn this shit. It's just... That's why a lot of this shit, that we learn in school is obviously fucking pointless. Multiply and divide, that's used a lot. But, like, algebra? Fuck that. Who uses algebra? Because it's all fucking mathematics to something that is a fucking theory or whatever it might be. That's basically what most... I'm like, okay, man. You can talk about it and be all nilly-willy about your fucking calculations. I prove the world is round through mathematical stuff. And of course, a lot of other people. I tell people that think that we live on a globe that spins 1,000 miles an hour and spins around the sun. Still, the stars stay in one fucking place. The stars barely fucking move, as we see the same stars every night, unless it's let's say every month they change. The same stars every month. You always see the same constellations. Well, different constellations, but you know what I mean. Over all the years and that, it's always the same constellations, and we don't realize that we're not fucking moving. Well, that's the biggest thing about being a big YouTuber. You stop caring. Only thing you care about is super chats and various things that you might know that person. So when I watch streams and that, I never talk. I listen to how they talk. They always talk about specific people that they actually pull out of the stream. Like, they actually know who they are because they'll put, like, a modification next to them. Like, oh, yeah, that person. But when you're little like we are, it's obviously that you're going to have to get to know the fucking person. You have to get to know people. I don't want to be bigger. I believe fuck the monetization. If people want to monetize me. But if people want to donate and support me, then that's what you do. That's what you should do. Because being monetized sucks. Because the chances of making enormous money depends on how many people watch your shit. Now, no, they don't have to watch it for a long time. No, they don't. But they have to watch the ads. If they don't watch the ads, then you don't make fucking money. So if you want to support people, just buy the $15 a month and your money already goes towards the people you watch. But if you have to do ads, That's why they add more ads to it. That's why there's always 2 ads now instead of 1. It's actually making people more money, I guess. I don't know how they do the ad revenue now, but it's like 3 cents, 3 to 5 cents per view, which is per ad. But it's always weird. They always do by views, but not every ad has a view. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so difficult. So you see people making millions of views, you'd be surprised that probably maybe only like 200,000 of them are actually ads. So you gotta have loyal people. I say if you're gonna watch an ad, watch the smallest ad you can watch. If it's 15 seconds, watch it. Because I don't want you to waste your fucking time. I don't want you to sit there for 2 minutes to listen to some bullshit music video of some motherfucker I don't even know. That's what happens. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching this crap for? 2 minutes and 30 seconds of some bitch flopping her titties out everywhere and singing about how she likes to eat babies and shit. Fuck off, people. I'm tired of listening to your garbage. Your brainwash is over. You're fucking losing. It's obviously you're losing. People are waking up. And we're starting to fucking love ourselves again. We're starting to love ourselves again. I don't need to look up to celebrities like I used to. I used to look up to Arnold and Sylvester Stallone and fucking The Rock and that. I say, fuck you guys. You didn't make it because of me. You didn't make it because of the other person that you looked up to, so to speak. You made it because you wanted to and you did it for yourself. Yes, people can help you. Inspiration's good when you're young, but as you get older, that's normally just your fucking fault. Once you know this shit, once you know who you are, it's only you that makes the decision. People have been living in this circle fucking jerk life for too long. I've been down this road. I grew up, you know, and that's what the problem is. It's that growing up stage. We want to realize what life really is. I opened my eyes eventually. Now, I've been through the depression. I've been through the mass negative anxiety. And I say negative anxiety because everyone has anxiety, but it's positive and negative anxiety. You know, it's our brains are constantly thinking, but it's what we think about that makes us who we are. So I started thinking more positive. I started believing in myself a little bit more. And now I made a YouTube channel. Now I'm speaking to other people. I want to make other, not make them, but see if other people want to learn how to be more caring and loving towards themselves. Because if everyone was like that, shit, we wouldn't have no problems at all. Obviously, you're going to have greedy assholes. Of course, they're going to love each other too much. You have a whole bunch of people want to fuck each other too, but hey, they ain't hurt no one. Unless they got diseases, then we got some problems there. But hey, there's always bad and good. So to say everything needs to be one way is really fucking stupid because it doesn't. That was really fucking dumb. Just fucking love yourself. If you do that, everything will connect. It's like a fucking puzzle. We have so many missing pieces. Everything will connect eventually. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, shit. Do. Now, don't worry about COVID. We always have viruses. We always have some type of sickness. This ain't the first time, this shit's came up. I mean, honestly, everyone needs to look at every decade. There's something that comes out. They do it on purpose. It's called population control. They want to kill the weak. How much you may not want to believe that, but it's obviously been happening long enough for people to catch on to it. I've noticed it. Like they always tell you, take a flu shot. You know why? Because you spread the flu. If the virus doesn't exist, as in it doesn't exist anymore, viruses can't live without a host. That is the easiest, somewhat complex thing to say. Viruses they're not like bacteria. Bacteria can live through harsh stuff for the most part. Viruses have to have a host. So if no one's sick, then there's no virus. That's simple, actually. Same thing with the flu. There's no difference. I mean, it's a virus. It needs someone. Without that someone, the virus can't exist. Every time anything comes in the sunlight, our sunlight purifies. It's radiation. It purifies the air. That's why they say the virus can't last outside in pure sunlight. Well, yeah, it dies. That's why in the homes and that, when you're sick, have your windows open. Have the sunlight come in. It'll actually kill off the fucking shit in due time. You know, it may take a little bit, but it does die eventually. That's why in hospitals they use these fucking UV ray lights now. Because it kills it. Our sun's been doing that for millions of fucking years. So obviously, you know, this shit has to keep inside people. That's how you control the populace. You keep filling them in with this shit. And then they like, oh, the sickness is getting so bad and that da da da. And then when it does get really bad, and then they all of a sudden are like, oh, well, it's because people aren't vaccinated. That's what they're saying now. People aren't vaccinated. Wait a minute. Herd immunity is based upon how many people get the virus. Vaccinations give you the fucking virus to combat the virus by boosting up your immune system with a virus. Vaccinations ain't a damn cure. Vaccination's a particle of the cell that's not active. It's a particle of the virus that's not active. It's an inactive virus, but still has a simulation of an active virus. As in, the body knows that it's a virus, but it doesn't do nothing, which creates immunity. That's why some people get sick off of the vaccine. Because sometimes it's an active virus. You inject into your fucking bloodstream an active virus, of course you're going to get fucking sick. Because I had COVID. It was like a sneeze. It was like a flu. I was a little sick in that for about 4 days. I had diarrhea. I had a little bit of a cold sweat here and there, but after that it was gone after a week. I was tired after 5 days, but after 7, 8 days I was feeling better. I got over it. It was done. I wasn't coughing up a fucking lung. My heart wasn't stopping because of the virus. People have all these excuses. I hear it all the time. I was up at the bar, and this young bartender, which was rather hot, but she was like 22. She was sitting there like saying, "Oh, my friend's dad had a heart problem because of the virus." And I said, "Did he have a heart problem before the virus or after the virus?" She said, "Well, when he had the virus, obviously he had a heart problem before the virus because you wouldn't have a heart problem." Because I don't have a heart problem. It just specifically tells you what's really going on. I mean, my mom got it, and she's 60 years old. She had it at the same time I got it, and she got over it at the same time I did. It just proves the fact that people are fucking literally saying shit. Yeah, we'll see you later, man. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll subscribe too. You guys subscribe. You're a very interesting person. Well, I have to go too. Fuck, it's getting late. Okay, I'm getting the hell off. Bye. So